course, because I was born a male, I didn't go through the exact same story of, your typical African American female. I didn't do that. I was a light skinned little boy. My mother comes from she doesn't come from the South, but her family comes from the South. And they have tons of the traditional, stereotypical family type of stuff where light skin is better, good hair is better. That whole southern backwoods ass mentality. They come from that era. So my mom was affected by it. So as soon as she saw a nap in my head, she would put a S curl in it. It wouldn't be a perm, but it would be an S curl. And if you know that any type of texturizer has the same basic content of of a relaxer. It's the same thing. So as a youth, I grew up thinking that, nappy hair wasn't good. It wasn't attractive. As a boy, they want you to be the Chico DeBarge type of look. They want you to be the curly hair, light skin, pretty boy type of thing. That's attractive. But thank God that I was transgender because I didn't really care about my boy looks. I wasn't attracted to girls. So what they thought was attractive, I didn't really try to fit that mold because it wasn't what I was into. I wasn't into girls. So so it didn't really stress me out, but it affected how I think about beauty and what I think is attractive. And my mentality of what a woman and what's sexy in a woman was always this long hair. This long hair. I don't really want to say that it was straight hair because I've always been attracted to curls. But it wasn't Afro kinky 4C Z3 type of hair. I wasn't. That's not what I was attracted to. That's always was. Oh, nappy was negative. When I did transition to a girl, I didn't know how to take care of my hair because my mom, she raised a boy, so the grooming of a woman, that wasn't on her mental thing to do. She's trying to groom you as a little boy. So me growing up thinking about hair, the only thing I knew to do is perm. Put a perm in your hair to make it straight. I didn't know the exact techniques to do it, how often to do it. All I knew was that I wanted my hair straight, so I went to CVS and bought me a Band 2 perm. You feel what I'm saying? And anybody who has ever used Band 2 knows that it's strong as hell. I'm having burns and scabs and I just remember anytime I felt a kink, I would relax. I got a little bit better with research and learning the process with, cosmetologists in my family. So I got a little bit better with taking care of my relaxed hair. So it ended up, my relaxed hair started to be long as well. It wasn't until probably like 2007 where I really considered going natural. But as a trans woman, you doing a big chop as a trans woman is scary because you're going to be bald head. You really have to be passable to really pull that off. I don't think I was mentally ready for it a while ago. Even though what's funny is that, like in high school, I used to wear short hair. I didn't have no problem with wearing short hair, but it's just something as I got older, I was more self-conscious about it. I was more self-conscious about short hair and my height. Whereas younger, I was not self-conscious about short hair. And I was less passable when I was younger. And I wasn't self-conscious about my height. So it was just weird. Anyway, so doing the big chop was really scary. Am I going to look like a man? And then I hear other people who big chop, women, think about, I don't want to look like a boy. You are a woman. You're going to look like a woman. Me? If I come out here, I feel like I'm going to look like a nigga. A boy. So it's like, oh God, I went through this whole process of thinking about it. So I didn't know about transitioning, but I didn't know if that was the word for it. But I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna stop getting perms and just find a stylist who can straighten my hair without giving me a perm. So I started doing that. I started getting sew-ins, and then it would get too much. The two textures would get too much for me to bear, and I would just end up permanent anyway. My hair got long because I wasn't relaxing as often. It got really long and exactly where I wanted it to be. So about 2009, I had decided it was my last time doing it. I was like, well, I'm about to get a perm. I'm about to let my hair grow. And I ended up getting a perm, and I was shitty about it. But I said, I will not do this again. So in 2009, I said, I will not do this again. And I got a sew-in November. And then when I took the sew-in out in March, I said, I have some growth. If I leave it, the two textures, I know for a fact that I'm going to perm it. I know, because I don't like the feeling of the two textures. I didn't like the feeling of feeling the kinks and the curls and then feeling the stringy straight. It just irks me like OCD irked me. I didn't really like it. So I said, either I'm gonna shit or get off the pot. And so I just took the scissors and said, cut. And I did my first YouTube video in March of 2010. And it's been cool ever since. I went through a stage like around the year and a half mark where I was like, oh, I don't like this anymore. But I knew if I would have got a perm at the time, I wouldn't have liked it either. It wasn't about it being straight. It just was about it being in that medium stage that I didn't really like. Right now where I'm at, I'm pretty good. I like the length that I'm at. Other than the shrinkage, no, I like my routine. I like my wash routine. I like my products. Everything is really, really good thanks to YouTube because, I was able to research it and do from there. But other than those mental setbacks back in the day, it is what it is. I've talked about in my other videos how I don't feel the sexiness in my natural hair. That is still occurring. I don't know if I'm ever going to grow out of that. I've talked about that before. But, I don't feel sexy because I associate sexiness with long hair. It doesn't have to be straight because I have a curly wig that because it's long, I enjoy it. It makes me feel sexy. When I'm being sexy and it's hanging up down my back, that makes me sexy. So I've learned that it's not about the texture of the hair. It's about the length of the hair. I don't feel sexy in short hair. And that's about it. If you made it through this video, I'm honored. I appreciate it. Because I know it's kind of boring if you're not used to watching natural hair. So, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Any comments, put it in the bottom. Have a great day. Bye-bye.